In today's video, we'll be covering the cancellation of a PlayStation 4 title. It was a game that was being delayed a little bit, but now Sony is sending out emails to those of you that pre-ordered the game, saying that the publisher has canceled the title. We'll talk a little bit about that. Also, Dreams Creator Early Access is launching this spring. The PlayStation blog's got a pretty great post about that, so great to see Dreams making more progress. The Division 2's beta is currently breaking records, so while some are saying that the anticipation really doesn't seem to be there for that game, I think by the time March 15th rolls around, that game is gonna do very, very well. A PlayStation 4 exclusive in Earth Defense Force Iron Rain will not include microtransactions, so that's some great news. You can pre-order Sekiro Shadows Die Twice Steelbook Edition from Amazon right now, and whenever you say edition of a game, you might think it might cost a little bit extra. However, this is the same price. You just get an awesome Steelbook with your pre-order. And lastly, speaking of Amazon, they've got an awesome deal on Assassin's Creed Odyssey right now, without a doubt the lowest I've ever seen that game priced for, so we'll cover that at the end of the video. First up, if you were looking forward to Overkill's The Walking Dead, I don't really know why you would have been considering it already released on PC and the reception wasn't all too positive. However, now it looks like the game has been canceled. The PlayStation Store is sending out this email. Quote, "Thank you for pre-ordering Overkill's The Walking Dead. The publisher has notified us that the game is canceled. As a result, we have withdrawn the current pre-order from the PlayStation Store and will cancel all pre-orders. You will receive a refund to your original payment source within 5 to 7 business days. If your original payment source is unavailable, we will refund your purchase amount to your PSN wallet. Sorry for the inconvenience." So that's some disappointing news. You never want to hear about a game getting canceled. Overkill's The Walking Dead did go through some development turmoil. It was released on PC last year and it wasn't received all too well, and then it was scheduled for a console release early this year. We hadn't heard much about it, but we still thought the game would be released, but now it looks like it has been canceled. As I mentioned, the PC version wasn't received all too well. It was kind of looked at as a mundane shooter. Yes, there was a cooperative element, and yes, it is of an IP that is well regarded. However, a lot of the times with these video games of popular IPs, they just don't turn out all too well, and they actually do more damage to the IP than good. And that's kind of what we got with Overkill's The Walking Dead. Again, unfortunate to see the game canceled, but I think this one is a case for the better, because if the game was released and people dropped their hard-earned money on it, I think people just would have been dissatisfied by what product they got. So there you have it. Again, we haven't heard anything directly from Starbreeze, so I'm still waiting to hear something from them. However, at this point, if the PlayStation Store is directly sending messages saying that pre-orders are gonna be refunded, I think that's hearkening to the fact that either the game has been canceled or, best case scenario, it is seeing a significant delay, because we have seen that before. Moving on from that, Dreams is a game that's continuing to take the gaming world by storm. After the beta and we saw what gamers are prepping up with Dreams' creation tool, now we know that Dreams is going to have a creator early access and it's launching this spring. There was a post by Sibahan Reddy, who is the studio director over at Media Molecule, and she said this: "At Media Molecule, we love to give players a way to be a part of the games we make. With Dreams, our ambition from the start was to pull all the tools needed to make games in one accessible package and to allow players to make their creative mark on the world from their living room. We want the community to be able to create in a way that is fun, fast, and expressive, and see where they take it next. During our beta, we saw players create such an incredible range of things: clever puzzle platformers, moody first-person adventures, gorgeous interactive paintings, super charming movies, and so many other amazing things. Even though it's what we'd hoped for, we had no idea how ingenious and wonderful the results would be. As you may know, our small team has been working on Dreams for a long time. Beta was a very important step for us. It confirmed our toolset is ready for the community, but we still have more work to be done in other areas. Every game developer wants their game to be perfect, and we are no different. We have so many ambitions for Dreams, and the beta reminded us Dreams only truly comes to life in the hands of you all, the community. And we have decided to go live and release Dreams into early access on PlayStation 4 this spring." What is early access? Early access won't have everything that the full version of Dreams will, but you'll get 100% of the same Dreams tools that we have used every day at Media Molecule to make our content, as well as fun, deep, interactive tutorials catering for all skill sets and levels, and Media Molecule crafted arcade games ready to play and remix. If you joined us during the beta period and publish your assets, you'll also have your beta creations to return to. Along the way, we'll be adding more features, tutorials, arcade levels, and assets during the early access period as we build towards the full slate of launch content. Dreams Early Access will be available through the PlayStation Store this spring, priced at $29.99 in the US and $39.99 in Canada. If you want to be the first to get notified on the early access live date, you can sign up for updates, and we'll leave a link to that in the description description box down below. So we typically don't see a lot of PlayStation 4 games going the early access route. Xbox, of course, has been all for that. It seems like with this being a PS4 exclusives, they were a little bit more easy to convince Sony to allow creator early access, and I think this is a game that everybody wants to try out ahead of its release, and everybody just wants to get a taste of what this game can really do, because for a long time, I feel like the hype and anticipation really wasn't there for Dreams, but as we're seeing more and more what people can put out with Dreams and the level of quality that the game can do with the tools that are given to the player, man, I'm getting more and more excited for the game. I don't think I personally will be one to take advantage of all the creation suite, but I will definitely be checking out what the community puts out, because already we are seeing some brilliant ideas and creations being put at the forefront. Again, Dreams Early Access will be available digitally through the PlayStation Store this spring. It'll be $30, and it's strictly a limited release, so they have a chance to listen to all of you, so be sure to snag your copy of it as soon as you can. Moving on from that, the Division 2 beta is breaking records. The Division 2's pre-order numbers have far surpassed those of the original games. Its pre-orders on Uplay are 6 times that of the Division. However, this reasoning could be due to the fact that the game is not releasing on Steam, it's releasing on the Epic Store and Uplay. So Ubisoft really made out like bandits here. They got upfront money from Epic, and now their sales on Uplay are soaring up, so that was a very smart business decision by them. However, Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot also added that the move was executed to attract players to Uplay. There are a growing number of distribution platforms fighting for great content. With this deal, we saw an opportunity to increase player exposure to our own store while at the same time supporting a partner that greatly values our games and provides better terms. It was also noted that the Division 2 is going to offer quite a bit of content, around 40 hours for its single player component, and after that, obviously the end game content is really where you're going to sink your teeth into and get even more content out of that. So the Division 2, it's releasing March 15th, and given the fact that Anthem's early reception hasn't been all too positive, if you're looking for a multiplayer game, I think the Division 2 is gonna be one that generates a lot of traction just on the basis of Anthem not doing all too well. I've been saying that for a little bit, but it looks like this is gonna end up being best case scenario for the Division 2. Moving on from that, Earth Defense Force Iron Rain is an upcoming PlayStation 4 exclusive, the latest in the EDF franchise, and it was confirmed that the game will not include microtransactions. This is coming straight from PlayStation Lifestyle and their chat with series producer Nobuyuki Okajima, and he said this: "We do have some of the weapons and custom parts and additional DLC release, but we won't have you using real money and changing it to in-game currency like an in-app purchase. We won't do that." So that's always great to hear. It's kind of funny that now whenever a game doesn't have microtransactions, it becomes more news than a game having microtransactions, but hey, that's the world we live in. The same thing happened with Monster Hunter World a year ago when that game was confirmed to not have microtransactions that impact gameplay. That was a big news topic, and the same goes for EDF Iron Rain, but that's a game I'm very excited for. It's dropping April 11th of this year, and if you want a chaotic, fast-paced third-person shooter, EDF Iron Rain will definitely offer you that. Moving on from that, another game that so many gamers are excited for is From Software's latest title in Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. If you haven't pre-ordered the game, I would implore you to go on over to Amazon, and you can check out a Steelbook edition of the game. It comes with the base game and then an awesome Steelbook. The Steelbook looks slick. It shows the main character with a sword pointing down. You can buy the Steelbook separately for $9.99, but if you're buying the game through Amazon anyway, you can get the game and the Steelbook for just $59.99. This is a game that I'm so excited for because From Software is doing something a little bit different while still retaining that challenging third-person action-oriented gameplay that they're known for. This game looks to have a story that's told to you more directly to your face. Technically, the game looks great. It's as visceral as ever, and I think Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice has a ton of potential. The game will be dropping March 22nd, and this is one that is definitely shaping up to be an early contender for Game of the Year. We'll leave a link to Amazon where you can get the base game as well as the Steelbook, all of that for $59.99, so that's a great buy. And lastly, speaking of Amazon, they've got an awesome deal on Assassin's Creed Odyssey right now. It is down to just $19.99, so it is $40 off of its initial price of $59.99. This is a tremendous deal. Typically, you'll see AC Odyssey on sale for around $30, and maybe you'll see it for $25 here and there, but that's very rare. Now for $20, that is a tremendous deal. It's pretty incredible to see how quickly this game plummeted in price, and that's why I've always been saying, with Ubisoft games, I think it's better to wait a little while if you are somebody that's on a tight budget. We saw it with Far Cry 5, we saw it with games like The Crew 2, the South Park games, and even with a franchise as big as Assassin's Creed, they've dropped the price on this game so quickly. $20 for it is great. I was a little bit disappointed by some of the microtransaction elements. It got a little bit grindy, but if you want an open world Assassin's Creed adventure that you can sink a lot of time into, we're talking 50 to 70 hours, maybe even more than that with the more content that they're releasing, this is definitely a great buy, and $20 for it is absolutely worth it. So that's gonna conclude this video. Again, Overkill's The Walking Dead has been canceled. At least Sony is sending out emails emails that is suggesting that either it's been canceled or maybe it's seeing a significant delay. I think in this case, it's probably a cancellation. Dreams Creator Early Access is coming this spring. The Division 2's beta is currently breaking records. EDF Iron Rain will not include any microtransactions. Check out the Sekiro Shadows Die Twice Steelbook edition over at Amazon, $59.99, and you get a dope Steelbook with it. And lastly, Assassin's Creed Odyssey down to just $20 over at Amazon. That is a tremendous deal. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.